Sorry about that. The video cut off, but I'll continue. I was on my last slide, which was I can get healthier by improving eating habits. And I found a study which was the association of Western and traditional diets with depression and anxiety on women. And the study examined how dietary patterns affect mental health and physical health. Women who consumed a traditional diet rich in vegetables, fruit, fish, and whole grains were significantly less likely to report symptoms of depression and anxiety than those who followed a Western style diet high in processed foods, sugar, and unhealthy fats. The study provides strong evidence that diet is not only essential for physical health, but also directly influences psychological well being. The textbook explains how healthy eating supports immune function, reduces inflammation, and contributes to a long term disease prevention. Poor nutrition is associated with obesity, heart disease, diabetes, and mood disorders, um, conditions that are deeply connected with behavioral choices and lifestyle. And then I move on to my logs. So we can start with my sleep habits log. Um, my week is usually consistent. Um, I get up at 7 a.m. and go to work. And then I usually during the week I go to sleep around 11:30. And then on the weekends I do unfortunately go out a lot. So on the weekends I usually go to sleep around uh, ranges from 12:30 to 2 a.m. depending on how late I get home. However, on the weekends I do get to sleep longer, which means I get to wake up later in the morning. Um, And after reviewing my sleep habits over the past week, I noticed a clear pattern. I tend to maintain a more consistent routine during the work week, but significantly shift my bedtime and wake up times on the weekend. While the weekend sleep duration is longer, the inconsistency could be negatively impacting my overall restfulness and energy levels. This exercise helped me to realize that even if I meet the recommended hours of sleep on average, irregular sleep patterns might still impair my cognitive and emotional functioning. And also, the textbook does say maintaining proper sleep hygiene is critical for physical and psychological well being. Okay. And my screen time habits log and graph. I also do, unfortunately, consume a lot of screen time, whether it's on my phone or watching TV or playing my PS5. So during the week, on average, I consume around 7 to 9 hours of screen time, and on the weekends is a little bit more, 11 to 10 hours. Um, my screen time habits log reveals inconsistently high levels of sedentary behavior, particularly on the weekends when total screen time exceeds 10 hours. Um, Sedentary behavior is a concept in the book that refers to activities that involve little to no physical movement and low energy expenditure, such as sitting or lying down while engaging in screen based entertainment. And according to the book, prolonged sedentary behavior is linked to increased risks of obesity, cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, and mental health concerns. Um, Tracking my screen time habits made me more aware of how much of my day is spent in sedentary activities. While some of this screen use is productive or relaxing, the cumulative total, especially on the weekends, is concerning. Um, I often feel sluggish or mentally foggy after binge watching or extended phone scrolling. This reflection highlighted how easily digital habits can dominate free time and potentially impact my physical and emotional health. Moving forward, I plan to incorporate more active breaks throughout the day and set limits on evening screen use to improve my overall well being. Moving on to my eating habits. Um, as a physically fit guy, I try to eat as healthy as possible and eat home cooked meals, which usually consist of um, greens and chicken and beef. However, I do love Chipotle and Chick-fil-A, so I do consume a bit of that during the week, as you can see in my log and my graph. And health behavior and concept from the book that I can relate to this was how which is health behavior, which refers to any activity undertaken by an individual for the purpose of promoting, maintaining, or regaining good health and preventing disease. This includes behaviors like healthy eating, exercising, and avoiding harmful habits. In the textbook, the author explains that health behaviors are influenced by biological, psychological, and social factors that shape daily choices and routines. Reflecting on my own eating habits, I've come to realize that while I strive to make healthy choices, convenience often influences my food decisions, especially during busier days or social weekends. I take pride in cooking most of my meals, well, eating my mother's cooked meals, and including fruits and vegetables regularly. But I also notice how easy it is to fall back on fast food options like Chipotle or Chick-fil-A. These meals are tasty and efficient, but they add extra sodium, calories, and saturated fats to my week. This reflection has encouraged me to better plan ahead so I can enjoy occasional fast food without letting it become a fallback. And maintaining a balance is key, and being aware of my patterns is the first step toward improving them. And then lastly is my favorite, the one I take pride on, my exercise log and graph. um, as you can see from my log, I do work out at the gym from Monday to Friday, 5 days a week. um, I try to run at least two days out of the week, and I am a ex collegiate athlete. I played soccer in college, so I I um I have weekend soccer games, so I play soccer on Saturdays and casual pickup soccer games on Sundays. And a concept from the book is healthy promoting behaviors, which are actions taken by individuals to maintain or enhance their well-being and reduce the risk of illness. These behaviors include physical activity, balanced nutrition, regular sleep, and stress management. According to the book, these behaviors are influenced by an individual's motivation, social environment, habits, and perceived control over their own health outcomes. Looking at my current exercise habits, I feel proud of the consistency I've maintained since leaving collegiate athletics. Even though I'm no longer training for performance, I've transitioned that structure into a routine focused on long term health. Working out at the gym gives me a sense of discipline and achievement, while running and playing soccer helps me stay connected to the athletic part of my identity. This balance keeps me physically fit and mentally sharp, and reflecting on this routine reminds me how beneficial it is, just not just for my body but also for my mental health and stress management. And it's something I plan to maintain as a core part of my lifestyle. And that is it. Thank you for listening to my presentation.